Hello, beautiful Soul Star family. It is I, Tallulah, the magical medium, and welcome to the 4-4 portal first quarter moon reading. I love when shit's on the same day, man. I fucking love when shit's on the same day. I don't know, I just love it. So, welcome. As you can see, it's a longie. I mean, I just started, but I already can tell. Meaning, like, I know they're having me do a group reading, and then I'm going to do individual readings. So I'm like, buckle in, because a lot's been coming through. So as I said, today is April 4th, 2025. The coolest part about today is that it's also an 8-day. So it's like a super magnifying day to put our manifestations out into the world, into the universe. Now listen. I am channeling this energy for us into this reading. I hope you did do something. But if you didn't, every second that you're in this reading, no matter when you watch it, you're in the good juju of the 4-4 portal. You are being held. Do you see that beautiful soul? I love this. Do you see that? That spirit, like, sending out a message, a beacon to you, wanting you to understand that everything is happening at the same time simultaneously. And it's a head fuck, and it freaks people out. Now listen, I'm not for everybody. If you found your way here, welcome. If you're coming back, thank you so much for coming back. And thank you for all the donations and the just everything. You guys have been so good for me. The prayers, I feel you. Every time you send good energy my way, I feel you. Unfortunately, when you send bad energy my way, I feel that too. Now listen, I'm not mad at you for it. Everybody goes through what they go through. I myself am going through my own stuff. My manifestation is feeling a little bit off. I'm feeling more like an infestation, as sadly it became very clear to me why I'm having such a mouse problem. Because I had a cat for 13 years. And rest Baba's soul, she has been gone for 9 weeks. I can't even put my mind around it, really. Kind of hurts my heart. But you know what? She needed to be where she needed to be. And I need to be where I need to be. And she's with us now. She's always with us. I miss her presence like I can't even explain. Oh, I said I wasn't going to cry. But my mom and Baba, yes, losing them both in the same year, that's a big one. Because they were both multiple people for me, multiple energies. In some ways, Baba was more of a mother and a better mother to me than my mom ever was. But in other ways, Baba was very cruel and very mean, and she pushed me really hard, like the dragon Baba Yaga witch that she is. It was never about ego for Baba, and every time Baba, her ego got, things got put in check. And when my mom and we basically grew up together, because she became a mother at 18 and then had 3 children, and I was her last one at 22. Also 355 is our angel number, which is also the number 13, which is also the number 4, which is today the 4-4 portal. They keep bringing us back to what we need to see. For me, it's my childhood. Bubba's the longest animal. It's the longest I ever had a furry friend. Fuck, I'm not gonna cry. Whew. Because this first quarter moon is about taking action. And it's about new dreams. It's about manifesting where you are now, not who you used to be, and letting the past go. It's about understanding that without a solid foundation, we cannot build our dreams. Sometimes we need to close the portals of the past. And when they come into our present, memories, moments, I think this is a full moon reading. You know what's interesting too? Is this is a micro moon, which means it's the moon is the furthest away from the earth. We're still affected by it, but it's going to be the little micro hits, the really deep fucking hits. I'm both crying and laughing because these fucking bitches, my mom and Baba, these powerful witches, these powerful angels, shit. These dragons, these healers, these magical fucking web weavers of light, of shadow, of past, present, and future, showing us that it's all the same. And anything we're still stuck on, we're the ones to blame. And it fucking hurts to hear that. Or to say it out loud. But the truth is we have to. And we have to say it proud, because if we don't own that shit, how are we going to release and let it go? If we don't look at it and say, holy shit, whoa. You know what I mean, Jelly Bean? So it's time to push it out, and it's time to get real. So I call upon your higher self and my higher self, and I'm calling upon the healing energies of the universe. Thank you for coming in today. I call upon our spirit guides and animal guides and the ancestors in the angel realm. I call upon all those who wish to be here in light and shadow, but only with guidance and love. Thank you from above and below. We accept you here in our flow. Call upon the healing energies of the universe to come in. It's because it's the Cancer. It's the Cancer and the astrology energy right now. The 4-4 portal. It's open here to strengthen our foundation, to help us redefine our purpose. You hear that traffic behind me? It's making me fucking strong. Because there are days where I'm like, I can't sit in this all day. I can feel the energy coming and going and coming and going. Are you feeling like this? It's like Spirit wanted me to channel in with your energy. Sorry. My nose was going. I had to. I'm still weaving the energy though. I'm still weaving the energy. I don't know if you guys can feel it. Or release and let it go for you, but you have to do it for yourself too. Silence whispers. What do you hear in the silence? Those are the voices you must seek. Those are the ones that you need to creep into and fucking heal. Do you hear me now? From your shadow, from the depth, from the dark of your soul. It's time, blessed angel. Please, let it go. but also in light, like a feather, we flow. And when the energy is all around us, yes, we say thank you, but no. Keep going, keep moving, keep moving. This freeway is setting us free. We're on the carefree highway. Let it go, 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 let it go. Some of you, you're new, you don't understand. That's okay. It's not part of your plan. Come back when you're ready. Bye-bye. We love you. And I will send you on your way with a little bit of healing energy. Don't creep that darkness my way. Just because you don't understand or you don't see it or feel it doesn't mean it's not there. You co-created this earth. I swear. You feel it, you know. It's getting in, it's annoying, right? Yes. Then I'm just a mirror back to you, reminding you to break free of that shit, that mindset, that programming bit. We're taking action today. Thank you, first quarter moon. Blessed Luna. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, micro energy. Micro angerisms. Micro angerisms. Micro. It's just micro. It's just tiny. But it's the little bits that get you, isn't it? It's the little bits that get you, isn't it? So I guess it is the little things. When you say, I never did mind the little things, but you know what? Sometimes we have to look at the little things and we have to confront it, even if it means death. Death to self. Not to your avatar, to the old version of you, says the crones in the background, holding their hands on their back, saying, we are strong and fierce. But we must start with the sacral chakra, release and let it go. All these addictions and these energies, let them flow. They're meant to go through you and out of you, not to stay with you. Work on letting them go. Rub on your belly button clockwise and say, thank you. I release and let go of all that which no longer serves my greatest and highest good. Thank you, Spirit. We release and let go. We release and let go. We release and let go. Of the ancestors, we did not suffer in vain. Let go of the pain, release and let go and go back into flow. You are earth angels, you know what to do. It's time to shine through and be shiny. Be shiny. Thank you, Sarah Bareilles. Shiny. And just like that. Okay. Wow. I'm almost not afraid to open my eyes, but I'm like, when my eyes were coming to, it was 1454 and then 1455. So those are our angel numbers as well. was some intense shit. Let's drink some water. Take some breaths. A lot of divine feminine energy. I'm going to ring some bells. You can stay where you are. You can some real dark shadow energy that came through. But it's for me and it's for you, so it's okay. They're here. We're talking to them. The Michael, like all the white lighters are holding him back. He's not here for harm. It's just he's so powerful, whatever. It's like very Lucifer energy. I almost feel like there are some of you who either were raised with parents or people in your orbit who were quote unquote dark magic people, but I feel like they called upon and created or co-created these demonic energies and forces who've of course, who are they gonna glom onto? You, right? Because obviously they're doing the dark stuff, and they use them as tools, but when they really, really, really want to play some of the very dark, slithery, thank you. They all have a purpose. We all have a purpose, so thank you. But that kind of energy I'm talking about. You felt it. You felt people walk into a room. You felt, I felt them on the streets living in cities, when, especially with the home free people, oh my gosh, they've left their bodies and these demonic forces have just like taken over, and you can tell them like they're not fucking human. They're just dragging that avatar around, but they're not human. There's a lot of things like that are happening, and so we are divinely protected. But also, some of you don't realize that these voices have been with you since you were so small and so young. 1755 and then 56. And 56 made me think of angels. That you may even think, oh my gosh, look at this. Every time I think I get rid of this, it shows up. You guys know this little feather. You may even think that it's like your quote unquote devil on your shoulder, but it's so much fucking deeper than that. And some of you, at least one of you, somebody like you were literally raised either in a cult or a religious cult, or maybe you, I don't know, but whatever it is, it just feels, either that or like your parents just fucked around, especially if it was in like the 70s and the 80s. Ugh, I had a really horrible experience with the Ouija, and that's all I'm going to say. I've had many bad experiences, but I knew when I was playing with it by myself and all this weird shit was happening, I was in trouble. But I was blessed actually to have witches come into my orbit that I didn't even know, that helped me dispel a lot of negative energies and entities that were around. So interesting, this is like the 4-4 portal, and we're like here to talk about like these beautiful things, 1918 and then 1919. It almost feels like years to me too, by the way. So this could be in another life for some of you. It could be a family member who was born in those years. Maybe it was a great grandparent or something. But anyway, there's something that's going on with that. And I almost don't, it's not that I don't want to close my eyes because I have any fear around it. Not at all. It's more like if I feel like I can go down like a gazillion realms for this as a reading. So we'll see what comes through. I don't know if Spirit wants me to pull any cards for I know we're doing a pick a reading. Do we want to pull any cards for the tribe? Okay. Do you want me to continue with this thought that I'm talking about? Okay. So, yeah. And some of you, they're saying it could have even been like you went to a scary movie or you were hanging out at friend's house and you didn't realize that like you were all like co-creating this energy. You know, like when you watch these movies like The Craft and I want to say shit like that, but it's very real. You know, they talk about from the movie when they were making The Craft, like how all these fucking crazy things happen. Same with Poltergeist. It's like you get a bunch of fucking witches together. It doesn't matter if you're in quote unquote pretend. Energy doesn't know that you're not pretending, which leads to why we're even having this reading. Thank you, Spirit. I was like, man, is this going somewhere? And I'm like, let's get fucking dark. They're like the manifestation. So be mindful what you're manifesting into your life and what you're co-creating. Also, be careful what you wish for. Be careful what you wish for. You know, I've had a lot of people who are like, oh man, I wish I had your gifts. I'm like, be careful what you wish for. And then they're the ones that are like, oh my gosh, I feel like I'm going crazy. How do I work with it? I'm like, you got to get grounded. You got to change your life. You got to fucking stop doing this. You got to stop doing that. You got to, you know what I mean? We've been talking about these things for a long time. It's not a choice. You know, it's interesting. I remember when one of my excuses for still using all the things I wanted to use and not going into like eco-friendly everything was the moment when I connected the dots, when my friend and also one of my mentors showed me, she's like, do you see how big this jug is? And I was like, yeah. And it was laundry detergent. And I said, oh yeah, I said, I've seen that before. I think it was like 7th generation or something. This was like many, many moons ago. And I was like, yeah. And they're like, so you use like Tide or something like that? And I was like, yeah. I'm like, I use the unscented though. And they're like, okay. They're like, so I'm going to show you what this stuff is made out of. And it was like, I'm not kidding you guys. Once you start to really see what everything you're using is made out of, it is really freaky. It's freaky. It's gross. It's like clothes. That's why, I mean, why do you think so many people, especially women, have breast cancer and all these things? Because the clothes, especially underwear, it's like your vajayjay needs to breathe. Absolutely. Our bodies need to breathe. So if it's like, if you're wearing like, especially if you're like, oh, it's cotton lined panties. It's like, yeah, but what is the cotton part made out of? Is it 100% cotton? But even so, what happens is the fibers that aren't real trap in whatever it is. Meaning like when you're wearing breathable cotton, your body can breathe through these fibers. But when you're wearing these other ones, it's as if you're wearing, you might as well just be wearing armor. And I mean, think about it. Ooh, when I look down, it's 23, which is 5 and 5, change and transformation. And they're saying, like, think about that for a second. You know, when you see, like, even when they went to battle, they didn't just put the armor on their bare skin. They would wear, like, clothes, like, underneath there so it could breathe. So they just want us to start looking at everything and stop looking away and acting like it doesn't matter. It does. It does matter. And moving forward, they're trying to show us, especially today in the 4/4 portal on the first quarter moon, is about building a strong foundation so that you can like fully step into who you are and why you're here. You know what I mean? Like that whole kind of thing. So here are some of the notes that I took for today, okay? So number 4 represents security and stability, okay? Now, if you amplify that, 4 times 4 is 16. If you amplify it, right? Because the whole point of having a double number is to amplify it. And then the fact that today, when you add 4 and 4 together, is an 8, and today is an 8 day. I mean, if this is about a strong, it's like 8 is infinity. It's about a foundation that you're going to build, not just for yourself, but for all of the legacy that you're going to leave behind you. If you are here and found yourself here today, you are the rule breaker of your ancestors. You're the one that's like, no, I'm not going to do this. No. Do you know how many people laughed at me? When I moved to LA in 1995, I grew up in Chicago. My family literally would laugh at me when I'd say, do you guys have recycling? They're like, no, that's only out in California. Like making fun of me because I want to recycle. It's like that's like, no, I mean, people are really, really getting like just how fucked up it really is. Do you know some days like I look at my garbage and I don't even feel like I use as much garbage as like the average person. I like to get a lot of things in bulk, right? I'm lucky that I have a bulk food place by me. But you can order stuff online too, bulk, by the way. But anyway, so long story short, I'm just one person. Now times that by a billion. Where do you think the fucking garbage goes? Where do we think, these fibers and these things that they're making out of chemicals that they put together, it's called chemical reaction for a reason. And I always say to people, if you, let's put it this way. I was with my family and I was curious to do an experiment. So I had 3 of the women in my family, 2 who were my hardcore like bullies growing up. But I had 3 of them smell real, like the most pure frankincense that you can basically buy. Like I'm in the top like 5 in the world probably. And I love it. Like frankincense to me just smells like home. It just smells like God. I don't know how to explain it. It just smells like goddess, like earth, Gaia. I just love it. And all of them were like, oh my God, ew. They're like, what the? And it almost looked like a chemical reaction. I'm like, do they all feel that way? Or do they all, because I was like, I wanted them to all smell it at the same time. I said, smell it at the same time because I kind of wanted to see. But that was something that like one of my teachers taught me, was that when people have that much of an adverse reaction to something that's so pure and beautiful from the earth, there's usually a reason for it, because their bodies have become so toxic. They're toxic from the inside out and the outside in. And, I'm not saying this to sound like some purist, asshole, like trying to like whatever. It's just that I'm getting this vibe from them that please stop making excuses for things. Because when she showed me that soap, she said, now how much would you use in Tide? She was showing me the thing, like show me on the cup, like how much you would use. And I showed her and she said, and this, you only have to use this much. I'm like, come on. She's like, no, it's concentrated. She's like, you're only supposed to use a little bit. She's like, you don't even need soap. She's like, your clothes will get clean, and I have learned so much. I mean, I boil my clothes on the stove. Like, you guys see me wearing a lot of the same shit I talk about all the time, because I'm not saying everybody should live like me, okay? I'm just saying that, I used to be like you, though. That, no, I'm just saying, like, this isn't about shame or to be a dick. I'm saying, like, I understand. I was there. One of the last things I had to give up was one of my perfumes that I loved, and it just smelled so yummy to me. It smelled like candy and like vanilla, and I was like, it's mostly natural. And they're like, it says right on there fragrance, and I'm like, damn it, So when I started to look at my soaps, even this one company right now, I'm like in a serious, like about to have like a serious email go their way, because it says on the front fragrance free, and then on the back. And then I was like using it and I was like, wait, I'm like, oh, that's why I never buy this soap. And on the back, it literally says on the bottom, fragrance and the ingredients. I'm like, how dare you put fragrance free on the fucking front and like it be a lie? That's bullshit. Like, that's bullshit. And it's false advertising. And I'm going to call them on it, especially because they're an organic company. So I'm like, so don't put fragrance free on there and I'll go search for it. Or don't make me like trust you because I trust your company, but you're fucking, bait and switching me. Bullshit. If we don't make ourselves and other people accountable, then, I'm not saying you have to go up and like fucking go duke it out with people all the time. That's not what it's about. It's about saying, no, I stand for something. I believe in something. In real time tomorrow, April 5th, there's a huge protest that's going to be going on in the United States. And I, for one, am excited to put my energy there to support them, because this is very real. If we just keep saying it's okay, it's okay, it's okay, or take the back seat, or don't speak up, or don't say anything, then we become complicit. And when we become complicit, that's how we fall backwards. And our ancestors are like, you chose to be here. You chose to be here. If you found yourself at this reading, at this little fucking slap down right now that we're getting from Spirit, you chose to be here. Hey, listen, I'm getting the same thing. I'm getting the same thing from my addictions. I'm getting the same thing. When I looked down, it was 30-30 and then 30-31, right? Like, same. But that's the thing, right? Like, I'm not fucking perfect either. This is a group reading. I'm getting the fucking smackdown too. They're downloading shit to me, but I already knew. And I could tell what it was because I have so much to do that when I get overwhelmed and when I have a lot to do in the past, I would kind of get into freeze state. And so they're trying to help me even with this mouse thing going on. I'm like, okay, all right, that's okay. I was like, ooh, 3111. Bubba died on the 31st of January. So I feel like that's Bubba. She's saying she's here with us. But sometimes we have to remember, or we always have to remember, that when things are happening to us, they're happening for us. Do you know how many times in the last few days I've been like, oh, fucking Mercury retrograde? And then Spirit said to me, but what if it was just, what would you say right now if it wasn't Mercury retrograde? Who would you blame? What would you blame it on? And I was like, oh shit. I was like, fuck, I mean, when they put it back in your face, it's like, yep, you're right. 3173. Now, obviously I know that we only go to 60 seconds. So 3173 means something, and I don't know who that's for. And it could be ages. It could be parents. It could be mirror too. 73 could be 37 and vice versa. But they're getting so real with us. They're getting so real with us. And also making us look at things we don't want to look at. For me, of course. I mean, Bubba's gone. And I've vacuumed a lot since she's gone. I mean, anytime I see anything remotely that looks like her hair, I'm like, Bubba. I mean, it's a little cuckoo, but I know it's going to probably be that way for a little while. And I'm all right with that. I lost my best friend. And my mom within months of each other. I mean, seriously, my mom, August 18th, 2024, Bubba, January 31st, 2025. And both in the year of the dragon. And both dragon female divine energy that made me who I am today. But Bubba's not here anymore. And I said, should I get another animal? Because, my first thing is, oh, let me go and get something to take care of. Instead of taking care of me. Instead of just fucking taking care of me. Like, what would my life be like if I was just taking care of me? What would my life be like? Look at that. I'd come out of the shadows. I could see my beautiful sugar. That's my, that's Sugar back there. She's my strawberry plant. I love her. Talk about resilient. That plant, man. I feel like I need to write a book about Sugar, even if it's a short story. So I'm going to hang on to it. But powerful plant. So in order for our manifestations to come into fruition, we have to clean house first. So whether you're in northern or southern hemisphere, this is a message from Spirit. It's time for us to fucking clean house. And I don't use traps. I don't kill, I've been talking to this mouse. I'm like, you need to get the fuck out of here. I'm like, I love you if you're pregnant. Because I saw it. It came right out when it was daytime. I was like, oh, I said, oh, you little, and it like ran back and I was like, oh, you little shit. And I said, either you're preggers or you are fat. And I said, if you are preggers, you need to leave because you are not having your babies in here. I'm like, I'm sorry, madame, but you need to go somewhere else. I love you. I'm like, I send you with blessings. I'm like, but if you are that fat, I'm like, you are just an invader. And I'm like, and you need to go. But either way, they served a purpose. It made me clean even more than I did. And I've been cleaning. I've been doing a little bit here and there, like spring cleaning here, spring cleaning there. But today, oh my gosh, I thought I had done it. I thought I had like got them out of here. When I realized that they had gone on top of where I cook, oh no. I was like, you little fucking, I'm like, that's it. But you know what's awesome? I scrubbed the hell out of my shit. I cleaned all my shit. I wiped it all down and I mouse-proofed it. Which now I know better because eucalyptus. They hate eucalyptus and peppermint. So I've been using cinnamon, eucalyptus, peppermint, all over the place. And I found out they hate vinegar. So then I made a little thing of water and vinegar and was spraying that around too. And so, you know, we'll see what happens. Hopefully they won't come back out tonight, but you know, but it made me have to look at it again. Thank you, Mercury retrograde. This one is real. So what is harboring in your house? What's going on with you, 35, 33, that you're not looking at, that you're refusing to look at, that you won't see? Again, I feel like 53 or 35, 33 are ages, so it would be 53, but still 33. I don't know, you guys. So interesting, they're saying number 4 represents security and stability, but how can we manifest security and stability if we're not changing it from the foundation? Because they said building a strong foundation to manifest desired outcomes only happens with faith and trust. And they're saying that having the faith and trust in the process of becoming who you are. This isn't a beat down, slap down, like, you know, they love you, they love me, they love us, right? Like, they're proud of us. They're so proud of us. But we got to keep going and we got to keep pushing. We just do. We just do. And we have to replace the things that we love with something that is similar but in a healthier version. And basically what she showed me with that soap was, for one of those things of Tide, was like really like a quarter of that. So even though I was like, oh, it's twice as much, I'm like, I'm actually saving 3 times as much. Do you see what I'm saying? It's all in the way you look at things. Everything is all in the way you look at it. Every single thing. They want us to have a higher perspective. So it's almost as if, even though the new moon was last week, it's almost as if they're trying to show us that it's this first quarter moon and the energy of taking action. It's that energy that the 4-4 portal is open and the energy is there for us to access. By the way, 3727, and that one like locked in, like I stopped in time. And then 3733. So there's a lot going through, and I feel like these numbers are the same numbers but turned around. Do you see what I'm saying? So maybe you're seeing these numbers or something, but that's for somebody or multiple people. So tomorrow on April 5th is the Freedom March. Today is 4 amplified. And the fact that it's an 8-day, it's about us setting a new foundation. You know, we need to change and evolve and grow. We can take they basically were showing me, this is what the ancestors were showing me in meditation. They were showing me like, you know, you're raised by your family, your peers, blah, 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 and you have this, and you really don't believe in this, but like somebody told you this, like one person told you couldn't fucking sing, but it was one person that you really respected, and you're like, oh, so everybody else has been lying to me. Instead of saying, maybe that one person told you couldn't sing because they were jealous because you could sing better. But instead, your whole existence, your whole life is around this person, this one person who told you you couldn't do something. You know, insert your story here. So this is the ancestors coming through strong because they want you to see it for what it is and not what you want it to be. Oh man, my hands are like, I can feel the healing energy. So next week is the pink full moon in Libra on the 12th. And it's at 8:22 p.m. is when it's at its peak. And I don't know what that means, but I feel like that means something for somebody. But it's also the number 12, which is also the number 3. This month is just very, very interesting. So we are just a few days away from Mercury going direct. And Spirit says after Mercury goes direct on the 7th, on the 8th, is when they want us to really start understanding and rebuilding with purpose. Rebuilding, I was like, what's our title? What's going to be our title today? Rebuilding with purpose. Okay, I'm going to write that down. Rebuilding with purpose. Okay, so That's some intense downloads that we got through. I don't know if they're going to have me, oh wait, that's right, the cards are over here. Let me see if they want me to pull any cards for us before I jump into the picker reading. Do you want to pull any cards for us, Spirit? Does a 4-4 portal, does a 4-4, let's start there first. Does a 4-4 portal have any messages for the tribe that they'd like us to take through from this until, let's just say, the 5-5 portal? You know, May 5th. Also, it's going to be 5-5-25. Lots of fives. Change, transformation. Do we have, do you want to do it that way? Do we want to do a card? Okay. I'm like, there you go. Answered my question. Okay. New moon in Pisces, attuned to the divine. Now, sometimes it's just the energy that they want us to work with. It doesn't necessarily mean, you know, I say this all the time because I want to make sure that the message is in there. So yeah, I'm just hearing that it's literally that, like, for the message of attuned to the divine, because I literally saw new moon in Gemini, which, let's see. So we're still in Aries season. Taurus season doesn't start for another 2 weeks. So the new moon in Gemini is on May 26th. And Gemini season is May 21st. So I don't know if that means anything, but I'm hearing read from the book, attuned to the divine. And please drink some water. Oh, thank you, wind chimes. Thank you, birds. This is an intense one, you guys. I haven't even started the pick of readings yet. I'm like, shit. You know what's funny is I ended up like cleaning and doing all this shit, 4154. And which also I think comes out to number 5, change and transformation. But I literally started to feel like we weren't going to do this today because I wanted to do them this morning so badly. They just didn't want, it's like they want, it's like they literally want me to do this when I'm more tired because I'm less prone to be nice. Isn't that funny? I mean, I'm nice all the time, but you know what I mean? Like, I don't candy coat it as much because I'm too fucking tired to put the energy in. And maybe that's a message for all of us. Oh, maybe that's a message for all of us. Holy shit, that makes a lot of fucking sense. Okay, here we go. New moon in Pisces, attuned to the divine. You have the opportunity to slip into the flow of life now. When that happens, you want what is happening, and what is happening is what you want. Your manifesting is working perfectly. Just make sure that you stay tuned to your higher self, and you'll be well on your way to feeling blissfully happy and in tune with your dreams. Meditation is the best way to connect with your higher self, so practice. Oh, interesting. I felt like it stopped there, but here we go. Meditation is the best way to connect to your higher self. So practice it if you know how, or try learning from an online instructional video. That's so funny. Above all else, be kind to yourself and others. Wouldn't it be funny if somebody wrote YouTube University? You know, meditation is so personal. Don't listen to anybody who tells you it needs to be a certain way. That's the only thing I ask of you. That's all I ask of you. Right? I used to do driving meditation. Sometimes music, sometimes not. But it was a good way for me to clear my head. So sometimes I like to lie in bed when I wake up or when I'm going to sleep and meditate and talk to spirit until I fall asleep. You know, it's different all the time. There are no rules, okay? They want me to be really fierce about that. There are no rules. The manifesting focus here is, this card is an especially good sign for matters related to spirituality, contacting other realms, taking some time out, or dealing with a fear. The manifesting mindset says, the more you can believe that all is well, the more all will be well for you. Seriously, that has been my new mantra. I shit you not. I don't even remember where I got it, and thank you whoever gave it to me because I don't remember. But anytime I start to feel anything uncomfortable, I'll say, all is well. All is well. It's kind of like when I used to say I never did mind the little things. It's kind of like that, but the difference is, it's like if you let yourself rocket off through the ego and your third dimensional old like patterns of what we were like raised to believe and were programmed to believe, it's easy to like shoot off into like, oh my gosh, the world's gonna crash and burn because this one thing, right? No, but see all that energy I put in there? Ugh. Ooh, let's take it back. I knew the cedar wanted to come in for a reason. So there's got to be, I always tell people there's a happy medium. There's always a happy medium. Okay? There's always a happy medium. I wanted you to hear the birds for a minute. There we go. Let's clear away that we've been dealing with a lot of dark energy since we started. Ooh, whenever it's blue smoke like that, this is from an ancient cedar. So when it's blue smoke like that, that's spirit clearing the air. Because this is an old piece of cedar. Do you know, I don't know if I told you guys this or not, but when we burned Baba, the smoke was blue. It was so wild. It was just like that. I had video of it because it was so intense. Hold on, before we keep going, it's not a bad burn, but I think I told you guys before, even if I get a slight burn, I put tea tree oil on it right away because that's my skin and that's the only skin I got. And it will regenerate and grow back, but I try to take care of it. It's like letting it know I respect it and I'm sorry that happened. Okay, so saying all is well is accepting what is. Do you see how it's going on to like a gray now? Oh no, it's a little blue still. But it's accepting all that is. Thank you, Spirit, for just, yes, thank you for blessing us and cleansing the energy. All you have to say is, I accept this healing. I accept these messages. I accept this cleansing. And it'll go for you as well. But yeah, the all is well. Please start doing that. I promise you, everything will change. So manifesting tips for creating flow. Call in Archangel Sandalphon, who slips between this world and the next. Also, Sandalphon is an earth-based energy, I believe, in terms of like, you know, like Archangel Raphael is like the east. Sandalphon, I always feel like Sandalphon's connected to Gaia. Maybe I'm wrong. Please correct me if I am in the comments below. Call in the energy of the planet Neptune, which guides Pisces. Tonight, before you go to sleep, ask Sandalphon to guide you towards Neptunian energy in your dreams so that you can connect with the numinous. Okay, cool. Hold on. I just got a bunch of black stuff on the book from the cedar. Okay. So if you want to take a shot of this so you can do this at home. So your manifestation affirmation, our manifestation affirmation is, my conscious dreams create my reality. Yes. Here, I feel like somebody's like, I want the whole page. Okay, hold on. Let's see, can you get it? Let me make sure it's in focus because I can't tell because I don't have glasses. Okay. There you go. Is that better? Screenshot. Okay. So, our manifestation affirmation for this moon cycle and for the 4/4 portal is, my conscious dreams create my reality. When to manifest your magic. The best time to work your magic is when the moon is in Pisces on a Thursday, Jupiter's day, or during Jupiter's hour. The new moon in Pisces takes place when the sun and the moon are on the same degree in Pisces. It knows that our daydreams manifest our lives. Beautiful, man. Oh, you know what? I was like, oh, my book's new, but it wouldn't be, that's the whole point, right? Hold on, I'm going to put a little more on because I just lost it from the book. Hold on. Okay, I'm going to wrap this up. Let me see if we have any more messages. Do we have any more messages, Spirit? No, I feel like this is for both. I feel like this is for this moon cycle, and I also feel like it's for until like the 5/5 portal. Now, for some of you, I don't know what's going to happen with the individual readings, but it could be for the whole year, you know? But either way, I mean, the message is very clear. Attuned to the divine. You know what I mean? Like, that's our purpose. That's our, you know what I mean? We're here to, because we are the leaders. People are going to do what we do, right? When we learn from doing, we learn from experience. We must change and challenge our lives. And instead of buying that big jug of, Tide soap or whatever that you would normally get, invest in one of those big ones and then know that's going to last you like 5 times as long. And it's better for you and it's better for the environment. Gaia has put up with a lot of shit. The least we can do is help her out now. I mean, think about it. We are each one person. And if we keep putting our garbage into her and toxic chemicals into her, just because she produced it from this earth doesn't mean, you know what I mean? It's like, I could go into like all the reasons why that's like not good. That's why storms are happening. That's why, shit is very real. They want us to think that these things that we're doing to Gaia is like no big deal. But think about it, you guys. Like really think about it. In just the last like how many years we've been using these products. In like the olden times and things like that, there was no TV or advertising or a bunch of bullshit. People just keep making shit, but where do you think it's going when people aren't using it anymore? We have to be responsible and take care of Gaia. We owe it to her. She's done right by us. Now we have to do right by her. All right, you guys, thank you so much. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Blessed 4-4 Portal. Thank you, First Quarter Moon. Lilith, we love you. Luna, Luna, Luna. And thanks again to Jessica for donating this deck to the tribe. We love it. If you guys would like to donate any decks to the tribe, please follow the wish list below. And also, if you would like to send any donations, I appreciate you. But it is never, ever, ever expected, but always appreciated. And, it doesn't have to be monetary or through a deck. It could be prayers and good thoughts. It's about the exchange of energy and just putting it back into the world. Because trust me, karma is very real. And we have to be grateful and thankful for our teachers and our leaders that are, putting ourselves above and sacrificing a lot to be here and to live like this. People are like, oh, you love living like that? I'm like, oh yeah, I love living like this. I'm like, I do and I don't. I go back and forth. I have days where I love living like this and I love having my freedom and doing what I want. And then I have other days where I'm like, of course I wish I could just like, have a house that's fully functioning again. And I think I will, but I want to do it when I can do solar, when I can do a well, when I'm not on grid, because I don't need to be. I saw a really cool video, by the way, today, you guys. So I don't know. I feel like Spirit's trying to show me something, but I'll keep you posted. I get these little things and then I see what happens and then I have fun lessons, or sometimes it changes the whole trajectory of my life. As you've noticed over the years, it keeps changing and growing because I keep changing and growing. I'm not going backward. I'm actually going forward. But to the naked eye, it may look like I've gone backward, but no, this is just the beginning. I had to go back to the basics and reinvent and relearn who I really am and not all the bullshit that was caked on top of me and for what I thought I was. All right, until next time, do we have any more messages, Spirit? Do we have any more messages for the tribe before I go to the picker readings? Do you want me to do another card? Oh, no? No? Okay, are we channeling any more messages? Just take a few moments, close our eyes, and take some deep breaths. I can feel the shame. I can feel the guilt. Let it go. They're just, that's a human thing too. I feel it too. They want us to let it go. That's programming in itself right there. And that's what shows us what's unhealed. Because otherwise we wouldn't care. When we're healed, or when we really care about something or someone, is when our emotions come out. So Spirit says, change the things that you can change. Work on the things that you cannot at this time. And just keep chipping away at it and chipping away and chipping away until it's so easy. You're like, that? Oh yeah, I got that. No problem. All right, I love you so much. Until next time, love yourself, love each other, take good care of yourself and each other, and I'll see you over at your picker reading. I love you. Blessed be. Oh, bye. Welcome, reading 1. Welcome to your picker reading. Oh my goodness. So many things are coming through. When I looked up, it was 5504, and then I went to 555, 5505. So change and transformation is on the block for you. But as you know, the title of this is Rebuild with Purpose. This is the message from the 4-4 portal to you. Where do you need to rebuild with purpose and take action using the first quarter moon energy? So I was going to hit play. Oh, when I look down, it's 55:33. If you didn't watch the group reading, you probably should go back and watch it, because a lot of those same numbers were coming up, and yeah, I can't. So you're just gonna have to go back and watch it, because I'm like channeling your stuff here. But holy cannoli on a roly. Can we just dive in? Because basically what I was gonna say, first of all, I gotta take a picture because it's just too damn good. Whew, pretty. You built it. Your higher self built this altar for yourself. You built this beautiful, beautiful altar. All of you did. You co-created it. If you came here to this reading, you co-created this. But I like to shuffle on camera. I feel like it's more authentic, but sometimes they have me, you guys know if you've been here before, have it out there. So I don't even know what it is either, but I was getting a lot of apprehension coming into this. So let's just see what your message says. Oh, and it's upside down. Interesting. So here's what it looks like upside down. Like maybe you need to see it that way. And if that makes sense, especially if you've got Gemini heavy in your chart, because look at how the dark, like how the shadow is, it looks like the shadow is eating the rest of the moon, eating the light. But this is how it should look. First quarter moon in Gemini, speak your world into being. Hey, you guys, you know what? I'm going to tell you something right now. This has been a big theme. This has been a theme. I'm going to put this needs to go somewhere else. This has been a theme for us. This has been a theme, you guys. We've been talking about this for a minute. So I can move my camera this way too. Hold on. Okay, so while I was resetting that up, oh my gosh. Yeah. Wow. There's so many messages that are coming through. Let's jump into the book though. Also, this is what's on the bottom, and I feel like I have to show it to you. Full moon in Aquarius, be real. Be real. Look at that full moon, man. Be real. Okay, so speak your world into being and be real. Okay, these are your things, but let's get into this. Let's go into the book. As many of you know, if you've been with me for a long time, you know that I do not like to give timelines. I think sorry, I'm trying to make it lighter, but I'm working. Oh, there we go. Hello. Hello. I've been like covering this burnt thing, like with this, so it looks like more earthy, but I almost feel like it's almost like being exposed. Like some of you are afraid of being exposed. That's what I was getting from Spirit. So a lot of things are download. They're going to come through. I'm going to come back around, but I don't usually like to say anything about timelines or dates, but I'm getting a really fucking strong vibe from a lot of people in our tribe that Gemini season is going to be really powerful for a lot of us, especially the Gemini moon. I'm hearing blessings, good things. I mean, look at see how it's like, I just want to make sure I can get it back in there, but do you see how those little feathers are like falling? Like, it's like, I feel like Spirit's like blessings upon blessings when you speak your world into being. Wow, look at you, Amethyst, being all awesome. We got 2 amethysts in here. I have another one over here, a chevron. Maybe that's why I wanted to. So we got 3 amethysts now, and we got the first quarter moon here. So I'm going to look on the calendar because I've got a vibe that there's something to that. Now, it's not going to be for everybody. I've told you this a gazillion times. Don't make it your story if it's not your story, especially if you're like, I believe in magic and miracles. I say it all day long, all the time. I do. I believe in magic and miracles. We are magic and miracles. But I also know that things go in divine timing. So, if this is like, if you're in a place where it's Like, yes, you can snap your fingers and get out of it, but in reality of like your world, you may have to do this, this, and that first before your manifestation comes. You see what I'm saying? So like, if someone is going to get like a yay, you know what I mean, moment, it may not be yours. So don't be hard on yourself or the moment when it happens, okay? Because this could literally be for one person, and many people watch these. So as far as I can tell, the new moon in Gemini is May 26th. So that would put the first quarter moon at June 2nd. So because it says first quarter moon in Gemini, I'm feeling like the first week in June is going to be really powerful. And maybe we'll get more on this. But maybe it's also that whenever you watch this is timeless, but if you're watching it in real time, you know, in the 4/4 portal, you know, maybe you're like, no, I'm fucking doing it, man. Like, I'm doing it. I'm going to stick to my guns. I'm going to blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? Like, and you do it, and you really do it, and you do it. You don't talk about it. You don't tell everybody about it. Drink some water. The kiss of death is telling people what you're going to do. Throat chakra. Show them. See how they're saying speak your world into being? Yes. You want to speak your world into being, but if you're around people that don't believe in you or what you believe in or what you're speaking into being, then that's counterproductive and counterintuitive and counteractive, right? Like all the counters, because you're not really doing yourself any favors. You're not doing the world any favors, right? If you're like, you're speaking it, but you're not really doing it. Okay, so here it is. Think about what you want. Do you really believe you can create it? Do you believe what it takes? Or do you secretly doubt yourself? Worse, are you quietly preparing for failure? Say it ain't so. Here's the thing, you can't fool the universe. Oh, here's the thing, you can't fool the universe. Repeated affirmations that you don't believe are a waste of time and energy. Believe in your magic. If someone has spoken or written unkind words to you, counter them with kind words to yourself. Try it. Speak your world into being. Talk about it as though it's already happening, right? So like in your mind, you can be like, I want to make fairy clothes and I'm going to open a store and I'm going to move to, you know, put in your favorite destination here. And you're like, I'm going to go and I'm going to, and people will be like, nobody's going to buy that. You're not going to make any money there. You're like, no, I'm supposed to go there. I know, I don't know why, but I am. Everything happens for a reason. But if you're like going to a family party where like they don't believe in anything you believe in, and they're like, what are you doing? And you're like, so I went to this Reiki group and blah, blah, blah. It's like, you can tell them that, and that's being yourself. But I just know from personal experience and many other people that I work with and know that it's counterintuitive and it's counterproductive. Everybody's going to come into what their knowledge at their own time. And for some of you, it could be a twin flame. You know, sometimes twin flames break up for years. I've been watching and seeing a lot of things about twin flames and relationships and how maybe the relationship we went into isn't the relationship we're in now. And that could be friendship, lover, job, whatever. It's like, if you're just, look at that. If that's you, that's your shadow self and your shadow self. Instead of this being like, you know, you're balanced, you're light and shadow. It's like right now, it's like you're all shadow. I feel like a lot of you are going through, oh yeah, you're going through the dark night of the soul. Also, I've been having these weird things with my teeth. If you guys are having odd, weird pains, there's nothing wrong with you. Most likely, you're just accepting the upgrades. Either you're already doing it and you're accepting it like in your sleep, like your subconscious is saying yes. Because if you're fighting any type of deprogramming, if you came here to do a purpose, you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't matter. Like, you will eventually fall into who you are. Things will just start to fall away. Listen to that. Yeah, exactly, right? This could be you. Like, I'm not tailing it out of here. Well, hopefully don't do that. But it's like speaking your world into being, but doing it in a very conscious manner. So the manifesting mix is, here you're being asked to feel your way through a situation that's partly sacred and partly mundane. Be compassionate and clever. So, right, this is, let me get the words correctly. So this is about, you know, whenever you watch this, it's timeless, but if you're going to watch it in real time, Mercury is going retrograde, Mercury is going direct on April 7th. And so I got the vibe from Spirit is on April 8th is when we're going to really start rebuilding with purpose. We're going to take action on these things that have been plaguing us. We're going to face them. We're going to face our fear. We're going to face our shadow. We're going to finally face it once and for all. And they're saying, if you do finally face it once and for all, if you do finally heed the call, then yeah, by June 2nd, by the first quarter moon in Gemini, you'll have already started speaking your world into being, and you're going to find little things here and there. I mean, I ended up in a situation where, I could have married this guy who, we loved each other. We had so much fun, but I just knew it wasn't right. And I dove in head first. I allowed myself to get swooped up in the moment. Long story short, they're where they're supposed to be. I'm where I'm supposed to be. But I had to, I was about to be like a very cushy wife. Like, I would have had a very nice life. I wouldn't have to work. I could just stay home, take care of him. We travel, whatever. He made so much money, and we honestly could have lived, and I could have just lived a different life. But I just was like, no, I'll die here. I'm like, my soul will die here. I'm like, this person, their shadow, they weren't dealing with their shadow stuff. They have sense, but oh my gosh. And every day, that's what I felt like I was battling, their shadow, because I was a big fucking mirror. And no matter how much we cared about each other, the closer we got, the more we got, even just planning the wedding, everything, I was like, what are we doing? What are we doing? I'm like, we let this whirlwind romance take us, I'm like, we need to just part ways. It was very intense. But I realized, I'm like, I want to go to this place. I want to live this. And I started to research this place I wanted to live. And the more I researched it, the more I was like putting myself there. Next thing I know, I was living there. It wasn't the ideal situation. I ended up living with a roommate, but my roommate and my neighbor became my best friends, my sisters. And we all were going through our shadow shit, holding space for each other. Oh, magical, beautiful times. But the truth is, I only spoke my world into being in small bites, and I didn't realize how much more I still had to go. I'm coming up on 14 years since I made that choice, and I'm doing this. Hopefully it won't take you that long, but I had a lot. I'm still going through it. I'm still constantly evolving and changing. We all are. That's our job here. If you stay where you are, you're not going to get to where you want to be. And all the manifesting in the world is just a bunch of hot air. Get a vision board. I'm hearing from Spirit, get a vision board. Vision boards really help. And put it somewhere that you see it all the time. That it makes you feel good. And if you're somewhere where you're like in a relationship or with roommates or something, and like who are super sensitive, or might be like, how come I'm not in your vision board? Be like, because this is about me. It's my vision for myself. You can have your vision, and then if they coexist, then it's awesome. But we've all gotten a little too codependent, and it's hard. Being alone is hard. I'm going through that now. I understand. And I thought before being alone, before Bubba, before my cat, I had her for 13 years. And before that, I thought I'd been alone for 7 years. But I was different. I was a different person. And I wasn't fully in love with anybody. I thought I was, but I wasn't. I was just holding on to these different life forces, these life sources to help me move forward. But that's not living. So now they want us to rebuild. This is the year of the snake. They want us to rebuild with purpose. And taking action right now in this first quarter moon energy is just thinking in a different direction, is taking action. And it's going to be different for each of you. This isn't a race. It's not a race. Take it one step, one breath, one moment at a time, but do something. Change something different, a little bit, every day if you can. You know, even if it's just that one little thing that's going to put you closer to your goal. And when you're putting your vision board together, that's how you manifest it. And really think about it, because a vision board gives you time to think about it. Where do I want to live? Do I want to live in a cold climate, warm climate? Do I want to live in a place that has all 4 seasons all year? You know, do I love this, you know, country or state, but like I want to live in a different part of it? You know, like, who are you now? And who do you want to be? Okay. So it says the manifesting mindset, ask your soul to speak to you, listen to your heart and not your mind. Write lists of your goals. It's also on page 58. So it could be some of you who are feeling a little shamed about your witch. Are you white lighter? Are you, ooh, look at, I'm like trying to get, every time I keep trying to go lighter, it's like, it's almost like it doesn't want, it's like you want to hide in the shadows, and Spirit's like, you cannot hide in the shadows anymore. You're too beautiful and you have so much power. You have so much to give and so much grace and so much love, but you're filtering it to the wrong energies and wrong people. You can't save anybody. It is an inside job. We all are here for our own happiness, our own joy. And then we, you know, co-create it with other people. But we've gotten into this really messed up society, 11141, you know, that tells us that we should be a certain way. That's the number 8, right? And this 4-4 portal is trying to show us, no. The whole point of the 4-4 portal is number 4s represent security and stability. It's about building a strong foundation to manifest desired outcomes. But you have to have faith and trust Spirit and trust yourself. You have to believe. You have to believe in the process of becoming. But also making it a priority. Making this your ascension like a priority. We need you now, not yesterday or tomorrow, or you know what I mean, like right now. You know what it is. Each of you have your gifts. Speak your truth, okay? I also saw Freedom March, so thank you so much for supporting it. I really love that. Thank you. So write lists of your goals, like I said. So if you don't want to do a vision board, then do this or do both. The vision board is nice, you know, so just keep the list up, you know, like put the list somewhere where you can see it. And not, I just heard, no, not a bucket list, not before you die. No, this is like of like who you are. This isn't, don't think about death. Don't think about the end. It's about what you can do to change now. You know, don't do anything radical like coloring your hair if you've never colored your hair. You know what I mean? Like don't do something that's going to shock you back into your shell. Does that make sense? Do it slowly. I remember one time I wanted to cut my hair all the way off. I wanted to see what my hair was like short. And it was like down the middle of my back. And long story short, my hairdresser said, I will cut it to your shoulders. And if you still want it shorter, he's like, you can come back and I'll do it for free. And so I was like, okay. And then I came back and he's like, oh shit. And I said, do you have time? I'm like, I'm in the area. And he's like, about 40 minutes. I'm like, perfect. I went and got some food. I came back and he cut it to my chin. And I said, oh no, that's even worse. And he's like, what do you mean? I go, dude, I told you I bought a convertible. It's driving me crazy. And I've always wanted to have short hair. So let's just fucking cut it off. And he did it. And it was like a weird thing, you know, it was a weird experience, but you know, my gut wanted me to cut it off. Now, I'm not going to lie. I cried for months as it grew back, a year. You know what I mean? Like the grow back process was horrible. So don't do anything like that. Like I learned my lesson the hard way. But at the same time, it was kind of cool because I got to see myself at different hair lengths to kind of see like what I like about myself, what I don't. And that back then I wore so much makeup. So like I felt beautiful no matter what. But sadly, my husband at the time, he was so rough on me, man. Like he was super rough on me. And he started like putting things into my head and making me feel ugly and not good about myself. I mirrored his insecurity of like, he had long hair, and like one of his biggest things was he never wanted to have short hair again, because when he was growing up, it was like, you have to keep your hair short. Once you do your, get out of school, you can do your own thing. And he was a musician, so he like treasured his hair. So, right, like, so the second he saw me, I mean, I don't remember who said it, but somebody like made a comment like, oh my God, look at his hair. He looks like the girl. I remember somebody saying that, and he felt emasculated, See how things just fucking perpetuate and perpetuate. Looking back on it, I'm like, I look really cute with short hair. I was like, I actually really liked it, but I didn't really get to enjoy a lot of it because I was allowing somebody else's shadow and my family and everybody to tell me like who I was, who I wasn't. And it's taken me a long time to speak myself into being. Even now, I'm going through a huge transformation. Oh, that too. Transformation. And I'm not even sure 100% who I am right now or what I want, or, we all go through it. We're all going through this. We are the same. I am you, you are me. You're an earth angel. So now we have to speak our world into being, and that's our soul. We have to speak our soul into being. So it says, tune into your manifesting powers. The throat chakra, I don't know how to say, is that Vishuddha? Vishuddha? I don't know. Is found at the base of the throat and is a beautiful sky blue color. It helps you to express yourself. What words are you speaking to yourself and others? Imagine yourself in a column of bright and breezy sky blue. Call in the Gemini constellation and say these words as you press this card to the base of your throat. Energies of the first quarter moon in Gemini, thank you for helping me to raise my thoughts and so my vibration. Oh, that's nice. I get it. So they're saying, energies of the first quarter moon in Gemini, thank you for helping me to raise my thoughts and so my vibration, right? Because when you elevate your thoughts about yourself, then your vibration also gets bigger and brighter, and then it chases that shadow away. So when to manifest your magic, best time to work your magic is when the moon is in Gemini on a Wednesday, Mercury's day, or during Mercury's hour. Just focus on, do it on a Wednesday. This is the best time. You could do it anytime, and you can harness that energy. I really like this deck, but there's some things I don't 100% agree with, but we won't get into that right now because I'm too tired. Okay, so I apologize. It's Friday. It's the end of it's almost, I think it's after 5 now. It's probably so it's rush hour, and it's one of the first really nice days where you can be outside without a jacket on. And so it's a Friday and it's sunny in the Pacific Northwest. So people are getting crazy. So I apologize for the noise. Anyway, do we have any more messages for reading one? Nope. Those are your messages, reading one. Also, this on the bottom, the full moon in Aquarius. You know what I'm getting from this? That the shadow part of you is the divine masculine. So they're like, be real. You need to look at it. You got to look at all of it. The good, the bad, and the ugly. You have to look at it all. Okay? And look at, now they're by themselves. So it could even be by the next full moon, you're going to get some illumination around this as well. Because look at, these are 2 divine feminines represented. And then on the bottom, we've got a very, at least to me, isn't it funny? I just talked about short hair, so I guess it couldn't be, but you know what I mean? I redact my statement about short hair, right? But look at, I just did it too. Look at. See? They're constantly teaching us all the time. All right, that's it. That's it, you guys. Is that it? Let me just make sure. Is that it? That is it. Okay, thank you so much for stopping by. And thank you again to Jessica. I don't know which pile you watch, but thank you again to Jessica for donating this awesome new deck. Work on your vision boards and your manifestations. And if you would like to donate any decks to the tribe, I have a wish list on Amazon. Or if you would like to donate some prayers or some Venmo, that is available as well. I feel like Jeff Goldblum. I feel like I just channeled Jeff Goldblum. That was so bizarre because I was thinking and saying two different things at the same time. And sometimes I think that's why Jeff Goldblum talks like that, because I think he, like, I'd love to like talk with him for a while. I always said he was like my dream person. Anyway, but I'm channeling that. So maybe there's something with Wicked too and the wizard. I don't know. Oh, maybe it's about abundance. Because I was just going to, say like, hey, if you'd like to contribute, cool. If not, send a prayer. I've actually made a lot of like good closure around that. So maybe that's what's going on there. Maybe you're speaking. So speak money into being. Speak money into being. Speak money into being. Oh, you know what? That's so interesting, because I have a pyrite. Where did it go? And I was trying to bring in the pyrite, and I wanted to bring in green energy, and it was almost as if like it didn't want to come in. So what's going on? All right. So there's something there. All right, so speak money into being, and just say things all day long like, I'm a money magnet. I love money. Money loves me. Money is not a negative thing. It's not a bad thing. We just can't pay our bills with crystals and prayers. Unfortunately, right now, that's just not the currency. But with you and I, it is. So if you can donate. That's awesome. If you can't, no worries, okay? You speak your world into being. You speak your world into being. Also, when I heard this recently from Steve Noble, and it's so true. When we hold back, when we hold too tightly to our money and don't give, that is when we also nothing comes in and everything stops the flow. You got to keep it going. You got to put it back into the system. Do you know what I'm saying? So even if you just put $5 out there, in the world, or go and buy yourself something nice, a little trinket or something, or a little treat like a hot tea or something, something like that. That's you're telling the universe that you know that they got your back, and that you have faith and trust that they're going to take care of you. Woo! Now that's the end of the reading. All right, I love you so much. I'll see you next time. Take good care of yourselves and each other, and love yourself, and love your money, and love each other. I love you. I love you. All right, bye. Welcome, reading 2. Woo! Look at that. Look at that blue smoke. So we are working with the energies of healing. This is very interesting reading. Not what I expected or anticipated, and that's the ones I love the most. So our title, essence, what have you, for this reading is Rebuild with Purpose. So whenever you watch this, it's timeless, of course, but in real time, it's the 4/4 portal. It's the first quarter moon. First quarter moons are all about taking action, and the 4/4 portal is all about security, stability, building a strong foundation to manifest our desired outcomes. It's about having faith and trust in the process of becoming and making ourselves a priority. Okay, so this is the card that just came out. Oh my gosh, this is from the group reading. Holy cannoli on a rolly. So attuned to the divine. So if you haven't watched the group reading, this means that you're meant to go do that. So I'm going to put this here. I feel like this is interesting. No, it's the new moon in Pisces. So I don't know. It's funny. I wasn't going to put this back in the deck, and they told me to put it back in the deck. So I'm going to leave it there because I feel like there's more to come, Okay. Okay. I'm putting it back in to see what happens. Sometimes, I think I knock the energy out, but I don't. But it also could mean that if you didn't watch the group reading, go and watch it. It was pretty intense, but it was some hard medicine. But, sometimes we just need it. We just need that. We need to hear the stuff that's not so easy to hear. So even though in real time it's the 4/4 portal, Mercury is going direct on April 7th. And on April 8th is when Spirit wants us to really start rebuilding our lives with purpose. No more just willy-nilly getting by, taking it easy, Now, it doesn't mean you have to run out, and do a marathon or anything like that. It's more about like taking action towards your purpose, like really taking action. Maybe it's something small. Maybe it's something not so small. Ooh, boy, that's interesting. We just talked about trust and faith. Trust the universe. First quarter moon in Aquarius. Okay, so here's the story. You need to trust the universe. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to trust the universe. Trust that Spirit has your back, even when it looks really scary. Have you ever had like one of those moments where you're like, something told you to do something and you didn't do it? Or like you're watching a movie and like the person is going down a really creepy tunnel, but their gut is telling them to go that way, and their friends are like, you're crazy, don't go that way, they're probably gonna, that's probably scary down there. And their friends, something happens to them, but they end up like, in some place where somebody pulls them in and like locks the door and is like, are you okay? I saw what happened. You know what I mean? Because there are angels around every corner, and Spirit wants you to believe that. That's the part that you're struggling with, I'm hearing. So your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to stop questioning and stop asking why so much, and just trust the universe. Trust that you're where you're supposed to be. Trust that everything is happening for your greatest and highest good. Just trust, please. Spirit, I feel like they're saying, like, with everything they are, please trust them. And the more you say, I believe in magic and miracles, I trust you, Spirit, the more you say that, the more that it happens. And then other people start trusting. Have you ever been like where people are in a horrible situation and there's like somebody who's like calm as a cucumber, and they're like, wow, you're so calm. And they're like, well, there's nothing we can do. I mean, we're stuck here. So let's just, make the best of it. Where other people are like, oh my gosh, my kids, what's going to happen? And they're like, nope, just trust. So they had me pull another card. Oh my gosh. So this is from reading 1. And sometimes you guys will say, I just watched the whole thing. I watch all of them. I feel like this is one of those readings that it's going to be like, yeah, you may want to just watch the whole thing. So, first quarter moon in Gemini, speak your world into being. And because we had such a great reading with that, I'm going to leave it and I'm going to read the Trust the Universe, but they wanted the imagery there for you. The first one was talking about our shadow self, so I feel like there's something to do with that. Also, my eyes are going to the first quarter moon energy, which that's what we're in right now. I apologize. It's so crazy out there. So first quarter moon in Aquarius. And it's also for me, like it's too warm for me to shut the windows. It's like one of those first nice, really, spring days, and it's like sunny, and even though it's 60s outside, I'm in pure sun in my RV, right? So I have like no coverage. So it's like, it feels like 80 in here. I'm like, it's really warm in here. But yeah, people are getting crazy. It's like that weekend thing. So maybe it's for you as well to just like take it easy. Maybe you're somebody who falls into the energy of, as an empath, like too much energy. So I'm hearing maybe too much energy is not what you need right now. Okay. So, trust the universe. It's time to release your grip on a situation. Passion is good, but too much can become manic. Sometimes we feel too much intensity around our dreams because we're scared that they won't come true. But that is what's called counterproductive. Live and let live a little. State your intention to the universe, then detach. Trust the universe and see what happens. The tighter your grip now, the more likely you are to lose out. This is doubly true if you've been jealous or had issues to do with sex or money. Avoid trying too hard to influence someone else. Ooh, yeah, this came up in reading 1 as well, so you may want to go back and check that out. Okay, so when Spirit was saying detach, it brings up that great analogy about when you go to a restaurant, you order food, and you just put the order in. And you're just waiting for it to come back. You're not going to go in. You're not going to go in and like stand over the chef while they make your food. So, that's like sometimes when I worked in fine dining, and I could always tell when the holidays were the worst, like Valentine's Day, because you could tell people don't really go out to eat, or they do, but they don't go out to eat. Like I worked in like, where it was really fancy, where people just acted differently. So people who didn't have a lot of money, they were trying to get as much as they could for the money. You know, can I get more bread? Can I get more, you know, this? Or, oh, is it free refills? You know, and it's fine, you know, like whatever, you know. But at the same time, I'm like, okay, I'm going to give them the same service I would give my clients who, you know, spend hundreds of dollars. But they would be like, you know, it's been like 15 minutes. Where's our food? I'm like, you wanted a steak? Well done. It's really thick. It's going to take longer than that. And they're like, oh. I'm like, it's a whole restaurant full of people. It's a holiday. You know what I mean? But they're like, I want it. I want it now. I want it now. Hey, I'm paying all this money. I want it now. No. Sometimes you have to wait. My favorite dining experiences are ones that spend 3 to 5 hours. And I'll tell people that sometimes who've never done it, and they're like, 3 to 5 hours? I remember the first time I said that to my partner, he's like, what do you mean? You just sit there? I'm like, no, you dine and you have food and you have wine and pairings. And I'm like, yeah, that's like that's kind of server I was. I loved it. It's an experience. I want someone to have an experience. I don't want to just come in, order food. It's like, what's the point? Why get all dressed up and come to this beautiful place if you're not going to enjoy it? So Spirit's saying the same thing. It's like, you are in this beautiful place, put it out into the universe. They will bring it to you when it's ready. Sometimes the thing that you want is going to take months, years. And then you have to ask yourself, number one, how committed are you? Right? Like, how much do you really love it? How much do you really want it? How much are you willing to give up and sacrifice? Why do you think so many people don't chase after their dreams? Because they don't trust the universe, and they don't trust that and they've got, you know, their shadow self telling them, I can't do it. No, you're right. We can't do it. We can't do it. We can't do it. But now we're seeing all these shows and all these, you know, people online who are proving that, like, you don't have to have a contract. You don't have to, you know, blah, blah, blah. Before Prince died, I'm paraphrasing, but one of the things Prince said before he died was like, it's all bets are off now. He's like, that's why he wrote slave on his face, because he's like, why are you getting more money than I am? Like, I'm the one that wrote it. I'm the one that wrote the words, the music. I performed it. I was, you know, and a lot of times he performed it in his studio, and he goes, why am I giving you so much money? And you literally are doing nothing for me. I don't even need you anymore. Like, I'm Prince. Like, people are going to listen to me or they're not. And he said the internet for the music industry would be the downfall and the rise at the same time. Like, he's like, yeah, because like these big, you know, we don't have to just keep paying somebody or listening to somebody's bullshit about who we are. You know, look at how they're reaching for the light. They're not in the shadow. They're reaching for the light. And that's what Spirit wants you to do. And interesting that they're both first quarter moons. So that's and you could be Aquarius or Gemini, or you could be dealing with somebody that's like that. So, you know, if you want it, and look at how similar the cards are too. The imagery. You know, it's like, I feel like they're kind of putting you up against it. Like, how bad do you really want this? How bad do you really want it? Are you going to rebuild with purpose this time? Are you going to really start doing the steps and like making the motions and doing it? Or are you just going to keep with the, you know, the tall tales? So the manifesting mix says, if you feel stuck or you're making someone else feel stuck, you need to tread carefully. Sometimes stuck people behave recklessly. Meaning like, okay, so I've done this too. Like, have you ever been in a relationship where you know it's over, you both know it's over, but you know, it's like you can't go back to those great moments. You can't go back in time. Like, that's who you were then. That's what it was. But now maybe you both changed. Maybe one or only one of you has changed, but you're still trying to stay. Well, the thing that sucks with that is you're holding each other back, because, you know, whomever you're supposed to be with or whatever you're supposed to do in your life is on hold. So you're actually doing the person a disservice by staying around, not just for yourself, but for them too, because you're hindering their growth process. You're hindering their healing journey. And sometimes we have to like step outside of it and go, oh yeah, like, yeah, it's not just about me. And that's not, Spirit's not saying that to shame you or be like, it's not a dick comment like that. You know what I mean? It's not, they're not trying to be a dick about it. They're just saying like, do you see, like, look at it from a different perspective. Also work with ant spirit medicine. I saw an eagle earlier too. I was going to tell reading one, but see, maybe it was meant for you. But I was going to tell the tribe in general in the group reading, but maybe they'll have me do something special for it. But either way, an eagle visited me twice today. I don't know if it's the same one, but it was like so obvious. I was like, oh, hi. I was like, oh my gosh, it was like a big one. But definitely work with ant spirit medicine, because it could be that you just need to find your community. Trust the universe that like the people, you know, I've changed groups of friends. I've moved states many times and just looking for my people, looking for my people. I'm like, where are my people? Where are my people? And then I started to realize like, I make my community. I make my people. But it's nice when you can join one. I have joined several communities to become the person I am today. And maybe that's what they're trying to give you too, is a wink, wink, to trust the universe, to open yourself up to maybe a brand new group of people, a brand new world. Maybe it's time to move. We spoke about that in the other reading as well. So, yeah, I just keep hearing avoid trying too hard to influence someone else. There's something going on with that. That's really true. And jealousy, money, sex, like there's something going on. Okay, so manifesting mindset. When this card comes up, there's a risk that you're being too rigid in your thinking, words, or actions. Loosen up and you'll find it easier to overcome the challenges you're facing. Tune into your manifesting powers. The third eye chakra is located just above the midpoint between your eyebrows, and it allows you to see beyond life's illusions to the truth that you're an amazing being here to manifest your dreams. Let go and allow yourself to be filled with its divine indigo light, healing you and your healing you. Oh, listen to that. Love that Freudian slip. Healing you and your family line. We spoke about this too. I don't know if it was in the group reading or reading one, but you know, the ancestors are getting really serious now. They're like, I think it was in the group reading. You know, they're like, we all went through all this. So, you know, you chose to be you're the one that's going to break these patterns in your family. You chose to be here. You chose to do this. And it's almost like they want you to, I feel like they want to go this way. Because the butterfly. Maybe a butterfly is a wink, wink for some of you guys from a family member or something. But I'm just getting this. There's this like, I feel like they're like, you chose to be here. It also kind of reminds me of eagle's wings a little. So you chose to be here. So fly free. Stop tethering yourself to things. It looks like an angel wing now too. Stop tethering yourself to things, people, places, you know, that are just like, no more. Like it's done. It's done. It's done. So, so it says, let go and allow yourself to be filled with this divine indigo light, healing you and your family line. We don't have the card, but it says, hold this card to your third eye and call in its energies with these words. Okay, so here's your manifestation mantra. Energies of the first quarter moon in Aquarius, thank you for showing me that it's okay to be me. When to manifest your magic? The best time to work your magic is when the moon is in Aquarius on a Saturday, Saturn's day, or during Saturn's hour. So anytime you can just call in that energy to do that spell or do that manifestation energy. But if you really want to make it more potent, you can do it on a Saturday. Okay? All right. So let's see. Do we have any more messages for reading two? Ooh, I love how these tie in together. You know, a lot of times you guys will say, I feel like they really tie in together. I'm like, they do, because we're all so similar and we're here to do very similar things. We have gifts. So, you know, sometimes they're really gentle and loving, and sometimes they're gentle and loving, but they're also doing a little fierce, you know, little heavy hand, because they're like, you guys, listen, this has to get done. We have to do this now, you know. All right. Are there any more messages for reading two? Nope, that's it. Thank you so much. And thank you again to Jessica for donating this Moonology Manifestation Oracle card deck. And if you would like to donate any decks to this channel, you can follow the wish list on my Amazon, or you can donate to Venmo if that is in your wheelhouse, or just a prayer and happy energy sent my way is enough. I love you so much. Until next time, take good care of yourselves and each other. Love yourself and each other. Blessed be. Oh, bye. Welcome, reading three. So, yeah, look at what's going on. Like, I don't even know what's going on with the light and the apophyllite on the bottom. Like, I don't know if you guys can see that on your screen, but like, what is that? Like, these crystals really kind of set themselves up. So, I'm just going to dive into your card because I'm dying over here. Oh my gosh. Oh, it's upside down. Interesting. Oh, shine. Oh my gosh, there's so much to say right now. New moon in Leo, shine. I feel like some of you feel like you feel like you lost your shine. Like, and I'm going to put it up here. And Spirit's saying, you couldn't lose your shine if you tried. You're naturally shiny. Like, I literally am hearing like you're naturally shiny. You can't lose something that's like a part of you. Do you know what I mean? Like, they're literally saying like you can't lose something that is part of you. And you are a beautiful light worker having a human experience, but you are profound. You are wonderful. I feel like, oh my gosh, do you remember that old Saturday Night Live skit where he would look in the mirror and he's like, I love myself. He says something, he's like, and doggone it, people like me. Oh gosh, I love that skit. Why can't I used to know it by heart, but anyway, I feel like that right now. And also, this is very interesting because this wanted to come over here, and I felt like this is a really big, heavy rock. And I wanted to put it in for like grounding for you, but I felt like it felt like a weight around you. And look at this teeny tiny baby feather, little tiny baby. I feel like this is how you feel you are. Like, I can't do anything. I'm insignificant. What I do doesn't matter. And Spirit's like, oh my gosh, it does. If you only knew how much, like if you literally only knew how much you matter, Spirit's like, you matter. Okay? And what you do will make a difference. I know right now a lot of people are seeing the shit show out there, but that's an old programming. You're reading into the fear. You know, I don't believe we are going to go into a war of whatever, but like whatever is going to happen, you chose to be here and it's playing out exactly as it's meant to. So bringing more fear and more like angst to it and shadow is not going to help. This is the time to push through your shadow. This is the time where you're like, I'm good enough, I'm strong enough, and doggone it, people like me. And even if they don't like me, I don't fucking care because I like me. You need to fall madly in love with yourself. So in real time, it's the 4/4 portal. It's the first quarter moon. But in a few days, Mercury is going to go direct. And after that, starting April 8th moving forward, we're going to be in the rebuild with purpose phase with Spirit. And they're going to be working with us, holding our hand. Make sure to, like, subscribe, all that, because we're going down a different path this year. I can feel it with Spirit. This is very different. We're going to be dealing with a much different energy than we've ever dealt with before. And I'm here to hold space for you, but you have to take care of yourself. And you have to believe in magic and miracles. You got to be the most Tinkerbell you've ever, bring that light in. Sunflower is my favorite flower. It's the only flower, well, I should say it's the first flower I tattooed on my body. But you know why I love them? Because they move with the sun. They're the hardest working flower in nature. They literally follow the sun. So tomorrow may rain, but I'll follow the sun. If they have me put that song, I'll put it below. I think it's Beatles. And the time has come, dun dun dun. That's like your anthem, okay? That is seriously your anthem. And because your card is like incoming, I feel like the new moon in Leo is going to be really, really big for you. Like really big. And I'll give you a time frame so you can kind of, now this isn't for you to like get, incessant and be like, that's it, how come it didn't happen? It's like, no, it's just that I feel like the more you put in the good energy, the more Spirit is going to show you. They're going to show you how fucking cool your life can be. You know what I'm saying? Like they're about to show you, but you have to believe in it. You got to clap for Tinkerbell. You got to believe in magic and miracles. You have to believe that you are a light worker, that you came here, that you have a significant, profound purpose. You must believe it. If you don't believe it, how is anyone else going to believe in you? We need you now. I believe in you. You're here. I'm a voice for your higher self talking back to you. That's all I am. I'm just a mirror. But right now you don't want to see the mirror. It's like you're sitting Shiva and you got something over the mirror. You don't want to see anything. You don't want to bring in, you're afraid of what's going to come through. And they're like, stop. So July 24th, okay, is the new moon in Leo. So I want you to just work your program. You know what I mean? Like, work what's good for you. Do what's good for you. Do what makes you happy. I'm going to jump in here and read this book because this looks really good. It says, a new day is dawning. You're moving from darker times to light and are well on your way to your desired outcome. Be proud of who you are. Your self-confidence has got you this far, so keep on believing in yourself. Sometimes we have to fake it until we make it, and that's okay too. You're on the right track and the future is bright. Right? So in the other readings, we spoke about this too. Like, you know, it's like, it's about when we're manifesting, this is a manifesting oracle deck. So when we're manifesting what we want into our lives, we have to believe in it first, and we have to talk it into being. We have to think it into being, and not so much outwardly, you know, let people see you changing, but don't let the poo-poos and the people who don't have the courage to do it themselves tell you who you are. Don't let them darken your light. You get back in there and you say, no, I'm going to shine bright. You know why? Because I'm fucking awesome. And if anybody gives you shit, be like, I'm fucking awesome. I don't need to listen to you. And I don't care what, you know, you tell people. I don't care who it is. I don't care if you're like, Grandpa, you're a mean man and I'm fucking awesome. And I'm not going to engage with you any further. May you rest in peace or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, have a moment and be like, I mean it. Like, and let people lose you or let you lose people. Because this is where the next, you know, several months is going to really show us who we all are, this energy. Okay, so in relationships, carry yourself with respect and others will respect you. Whatever challenges you're facing, consider taking a more creative approach. Also, some people, like, you know, let's just talk about that energy. Like, if it was a grandfather energy, let's just say he was born in like 1940, right? A different time during World War II, and like rations, and like it's a very scary place. And it was, you know, and some people are, that's a big fear. People don't want to go back to that. People are living out these wars that are happening on the planet without realizing that they're co-creating it again. That's why in real time tomorrow we're having protests, because we need to show our country and our establishment that like we aren't going to go down quietly. Like, we came here for a purpose and a reason. You know, they don't get to decide and repress us just because they have more money. I'd rather die for what I believe in than live for something I don't. And maybe that's like, you know, that's that warrior mentality that they want you to take on again. I mean, look at Leo, roar, like a lion. Leo's like, shine. Have you ever, I had a friend who's a triple Leo, man. They walk into a room, nobody else exists. You know what I mean? They're like, look at me, enough about me. What do you think of me? You know what I mean? Like that kind of, so, but you need that right now. I feel like you need that little injection of Leo energy. Maybe if you got a friend, an awesome Leo friend, be like, hey, I can use some of your awesome energy. Let's go out and have, you know, some fun. Let's go have some dinner. Let's go see a show. Let's go for a walk. You know, and get their input and their insight into being awesome, because you need a little bit of that right now. And maybe you are Leo and Spirit's like, don't forget who you are, okay? It says this card is an especially good sign for matters related to romance, creativity, children, whether it's your own or someone else's, or a situation requiring confidence. Manifesting Mindset says, love yourself and step into center stage. Be generous with others, but also be a little bit selfish if you need to be. And that's everything. That's energy. That's like whatever that means to you. So manifesting tips for maintaining positivity. Call in Archangel Raziel, whose Technicolor aura turns heads. Raziel is a healer and the wizard of the angels. Call in the powerful energy of the giver of life in our world, the sun, which guides Leo. Close your eyes and imagine yourself surrounded by a Technicolor light with golden tinges and sparkle. Then bring to mind the people and situations you're grateful for. Your manifesting affirmation is, I am magnificent. I love me. Say it with me. I am magnificent. I love me. One more time. I am magnificent. I love me. And keep saying that over and over and over, and write it on a Post-it. I don't care what you do. And this says the best time to manifest your magic is anytime, of course, right? As long as the intention and the belief is there. But this says the best time to work your magic in this manifestation is when the moon is in Leo on a Sunday, because that's the sun's day. Okay? Ooh, look at you. Look at you. Okay, so do we have any more messages for reading 3? No, that's it. And if you are drawn to the other readings, I highly suggest you check them out. Reading 1, we spoke about that too a little bit. So, but only if you're drawn to it. Don't make it your story if it's not your story. And let me just get one more confirmation. Do we have any more messages, channeling messages, anything for reading 3? Nope, that's it. I love you so much. And thank you for being a part of this tribe. Thank you for accepting this information and really doing it with an open heart. Because, you know, when we shine, we don't have to outshine others. It's just about being our own. If everybody shined, then, you know, you wouldn't. People only fear shine when they're in the shadow, in the new moon, when they haven't quite peeked up into who they are, into that full moon bright energy. So I also feel like in that next full moon, which will be like 2 weeks after that, will be something really potent for you as well. And maybe, you know, obviously we have northern and southern hemisphere, so it'll be either summer or winter, but I feel like for some of you it definitely will be like summer, and there's going to be something really awesome that's going to happen. Maybe I'm seeing a wedding and like getting a makeover or something, or maybe you're going to a reunion. I just see something where this isn't about them, it's about you. Don't do this for revenge. Do it more for like, I want to feel good. I want to walk in feeling good about myself. You know, even if this is something about changing any part of your outward appearance. But the number one thing is, Spirit said, as long as you love you, as long as you're shining your light bright, as long as you keep allowing your light in, then you're going to naturally shine from the inside out. And it doesn't matter what you look like on the outside. I love you so much. Until next time, take good care of yourselves and each other. Love yourself and each other. And thank you for liking, subscribing, all that good stuff. And did I thank Jessica for this deck? If I didn't, thank you, Jessica, for donating this beautiful Moonology Manifestation Oracle deck. And if you would like to contribute any decks, I have a beautiful wish list, and they're all different price points from like $9.99 and up. So if you'd like to, or if there's a deck there that you'd really like to see the tribe work with, feel free to send it on our way. Or if it's in your wheelhouse, thank you for Venmo. And always, it's in everybody's capacity to say a prayer of abundance and love my way, because if we don't look out for ourselves and each other, who the hell's going to look out for us? All right. I love you so much. I'll see you next time. Bye. Blessed be.